Hey everybody, Buckshot Acres back here with another video. I hope you enjoyed the time lapse of the chicks growing and being incubated and hatching. I don't know if the video was great. I have yet to edit it while making this video. Today is the day I'll be releasing these chicks into their brooder box, which I keep them here in this water well shed that I got going on just because it's a safe and secure place. Pretty temperature controlled for the most part with some airflow, and curious to see how it goes. The incubation went well. Throughout the process we lost maybe 3 or 4 eggs out of 18, so we should have about, what is that math, maybe 14, maybe 13, one or the other. We'll count them right now as they come out, but they're all fluffed up. They've been in the incubator after being hatched for at least 48 hours. So I know the time period is between 24 to 72 hours. And so I got their chick starter over here, and I got their water over here. Obviously I got the heat lamp set up against the incubator. I know heat lamps are a fire hazard, but guys, it is what it is. I'll get a better situation one day as I incubate more eggs. But as a little idea, I'll kind of hopefully identify which chicks are which. Don't really fully know. It's kind of a gamble, but I'll explain what I do know. An incubation, if you haven't done it yet, is probably the easiest thing you would ever do. If you are very sensitive to animals dying, to eggs not being fully formed, it's probably not the thing for you to do, but it's a part of homesteading, and you're going to lose animals. You're going to have to decide what's best for them if they come out ill or deformed. So without further ado, let's get these baby chicks out, show them where the water is, and show them where the food is. And just FYI, this incubator smells like crap because of the humidity. This is the first time I'm seeing them out of the incubator too. Just so y'all know, it smells terrible in there. So it looks like one of them's already found the food. They are definitely hungry. They're just going to roam around. Ignore the water line. The water line's just running outside of my shed, or my water well. So far they all look healthy. They're definitely active. They're curious. They're going to check everything else out. And I'm going to pull this incubator tray out. They're pecking each other. They're fighting already. That doesn't make sense. Move, guys. Can I take this? Can I take this? I don't want to spill what's inside of it. Come on. Off. Off, you little fur balls. Get off. Get off. Stop coming back on. Okay, I'll pick y'all up. Oh, there you go. You fell. Let's get you little fur balls off of here. They're so tiny, it's crazy. Come here, baby. I'll spill that outside and clean it and wash it out. So we can show a couple of these where the water is at. Take their head and their beak and dip it in the water. Hopefully they're tall enough to reach this. There you go, baby. And then once I see some of them go into it, see if they can reach the water. Yeah, they can reach it. Let's take you, Curious George. Come here, buddy. There you go. I just wait up until their beak dips in the water. So regardless of whether they drink or not, they at least get that water on their beak. And then they'll get it off of there and realize that there's food, or there's water there. This is a really interesting process. It's my first time, so I'm very curious to see how the outcome is with their health. But it looks like they're finding the food. Let's show you the food. There's food there. There you go. So I don't know if you see that one with the stripes on its back, right here. This one, me and my girlfriend named Jeff, and he was actually, or she, not sure what she is or he is, but that was the first egg to hatch. It was a Easter egg. It was a light green or blue or turquoise egg, and it was the first one to hatch on last Friday, which I was very surprised at because they were due on Saturday. But he was a trooper. He came out running and kind of ran the show while all the other eggs were hatching and did a great job. So I named him Jeff just because I wanted to say, my name is Jeff. But yeah, that's his name, I guess, for now. I'm not too sure how they're all going to look when they're grown up, but most of the yellow chicks were from Easter eggs, and then a couple of the others were from some brown eggs, some darker brown eggs. I have a mixed flock, and I'm not too sure of what each breed is. That's just because I don't concern myself too much with the breed. They were tractor supply chicks, and then they were other types of chicks from other people. But I know I have Easter eggers. I know I got Rhode Island Reds. I know I have a mixed breed of black chickens in the flock. So we will see what they turn out to be at some point. They're obviously going to change how they look, but I look forward to seeing them. I don't know why they keep fighting, though. It is pretty interesting. They are some violent little chicks, but I'm glad to have them out here finally and have them up and running. So by the time they get old enough to go outside in their larger brooder, which is basically a fenced-in old duck coop, I'll have them in there. It's going to be fully fenced off, taken care of. They'll have a lot more room to run as they grow and get larger. And just give them time to grow up before I move them in with the larger chickens or the full-grown chickens. That way they don't get hurt or die, because I have put chickens in with the grown chickens in early, and it did not turn out well for them. But hopefully you enjoy the video. Hopefully you learn something from it, or if anything, just enjoy the process. Again, I'm still not sure how it's going to turn out because there was a ton of humidity inside of there as they each hatched. So a lot of it was pretty foggy. But hopefully I can edit it good enough to where you can see the process. Maybe show your kids the process of how it looks. I've heard that it's a good project for kids to have an incubator in the house and kind of have them watch as the chicks hatch and develop. So kind of like a little pet project. And it's so easy that even if you didn't want to raise chicks and you knew somebody that did want them after they were hatched, that you can incubate them in your house and just enjoy it with your kids. If that's what you wanted to do, you just couldn't keep the chicks. And then bring them over to your friend's house or whoever is willing to take them. I was thinking about, school classrooms that were interested in doing something like this just to teach the kids. You know how most schools have pets in there. They have classroom pets, things like that. Or they do plants. I figured there's some way we could set up an incubator at a classroom or some school and have them watch the process and keep up with the eggs. Really, it's very simple, and the kids can watch them as they hatch, and maybe line it up to where the kids are at school when the chicks start hatching, and then I could take them on from there and just take them back here so they don't have to care for the chicks. But that'll be a conversation for another day. For now, I'll let you enjoy the chicks. Thank you for watching.